It's like you're not sure where to settle this thing. Good evening, guys. Can you guys hear me? Is the audio better now? Alright, that's good to know. Alright, so we'll just be going straight into the class, and it's unfortunate because it's not going to be the way I intended for it to go before. So I'm just going to be moving my camera to show you the screen, my laptop screen, to show you like what I'm talking about. So for those who missed the introduction earlier, my name is Webrin. I'm a UI UX designer, and this evening's session is going to be an introduction to the Google Workspace. I'll be talking about Gmail, different features in Gmail. I'll talk about Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Drive, and Google Meet. These are the basic and very essential things you are going to be using in whatever aspect of tech you find yourself, be it UI UX design, digital marketing, graphics design. At some point you are going to have need for, if not at least one, but all of these tools. And the Google Workspace, the Google ecosystem is something we have become very used to, something that every tech professional has to rely on if you are not relying on the Apple ecosystem. So if you are following me, just drop a comment here with a thumbs up or any reaction, so I can know that the class is going good. Alright, so the first thing we're going to look at now is the Gmail environment. The first thing we're going to look at now is the Gmail environment. So I'm going to be using my Gmail to show you the Gmail environment, the Gmail space, and the main and basic features of this space. So I hope you all can see my screen. This is the basic Gmail space. Yeah, this is the basic Gmail space. On this page you can see my primary mails. These are a lot of mails. This is to compose a new mail. This is inbox. This is for starred mails. If you have any important mail that you don't want mixed up among these ones, because you can see the list is long, and if I get another set of new mails now, I will have to like scroll down. As you can see here, I have about 8,000 mails. If you do not want your mails to get mixed up in here, you can easily star it, and it comes to the starred folder. You can come to the starred folder to see your starred mails. As you can see, I have 3 starred mails in here. We have snooze mails. These are mails you don't want to attend to immediately, but you will attend to them later. if you don't want to put them in starred mails, you can put them in snooze mails. But snooze mails are mainly for mails with time functions. Maybe you have an event to attend to or something like that. That's the use of the snooze mails. Then we also have sent mails here. S- the sent mails. Okay, you made me. The sent mails are for mails you have sent out to other people. These are mails I have sent to people at one point or the other. Then we have drafts. Drafts are for mails you've sent. Sorry about that. Drafts are for mails that you want to save to yourself. You basically just send them to yourself. You're not sending them to anybody. Or there are mails you intended to send to someone, and when they didn't get sent, they just stay in your draft. But usually drafts are for, I use my drafts to test I use it to test before I send out the mail. So before I add whoever I'm going to the email address of whoever I am going to send it to, I save it to my draft to review and review before I send it out. Also, if you want to send something to yourself, um, for instance, if I have a job I did on my laptop and I want to send it to myself on my phone and I don't want to use WhatsApp or Telegram, I basically save it to drafts, and then on my phone I go to the drafts folder on my Gmail and I see the message there and I save whatever I want to save from there. So we have the important folder. Um Google or Gmail has a way of looking through your mails, and the ones that have like very very high importance or that needs to be attended to almost immediately, they automatically add them to a folder called the important folder. So here you can see the mails that Google has marked as important for me. um Under chats are for like back and forth messages. If you use Google Messages on your phone, you might be able to integrate chats to your Gmail. Then we have scheduled mails. For scheduled mails, if let me give an example. I draft a mail this night to be sent out tomorrow morning so that I don't forget to do it tomorrow morning now that it's on my mind. So instead of sending it this night, because it will be inappropriate to send a mail at this time of the night, depending on who you are sending it to or the kind of agency you are working in. So it will be best to just schedule the mail to um the person at a selected time. I'll do an illustration when I go to the compose mail part. So this all mail folder just basically shows every single mail without without classifying them as inbox, start, sent, whatever. They will just be together. Then the spam mails are for mails that look suspicious. They are for mails that are not from very verifiable sources. Like you can see all these mails here, the names look very fishy and look unprofessional, as you can see here. So Google automatically just throws them into this folder. Sometimes, depending on there's something digital marketers use when they spam mails. They call it an RDP, remote desktop protocol. Depending on how strong it is or how weak it is, some of the mails sent out by the marketers will be sent to spam because the RDP is not strong enough. So we have the trash. Trash is for deleted mails. But deleted mails only stay a maximum of 30 days. After 30 days, they will be cleared from here. So we also have categories. Um, we have promotions, we have forums, we have updates, we have socials. These different categories are based on where the mails are coming from. For instance, if you have a mail from LinkedIn, Instagram, and the rest, they will enter the social folders. If we have mails from let's say Google, or an app you use has an update, or you have a promo option, or you have a notification from a mail you had to do, um they come into this updates folder. So we have forums. Forums are like, I don't know if you are familiar with Xspace, but like they are for sorry they are for hosting like chat events, something like that. Then we have promotions, the promotions folder. If you have like promo options, like you can see this Grammarly mail now, it's telling me I have a last chance, $75 promo ends this night. So if you have promo options like this, they automatically come into this folder. So for composing of mails, when you click this blue button here, it opens a pop-up on the it opens a pop-up on this side of the screen. You can decide to minimize it or maximize it depending on what you want to do. So I think I'm just going to maximize it to leave it bold enough for everyone. So here we have recipients. Okay, under recipients, this is where you enter the email address of the person you are sending the email to. Under this part, we have two things here: recipients, and we have this BCC. To copy recipients means to add other recipients of this mail you are about to send. But the difference between the CC and the BCC is, if you add a an email an email address under CC, everyone who receives the email you are sending will be able to see every other person who received this email. So if I send to, let's say I want to send a mail to my front end developer, my back end developer, and the digital marketer on an update. If I use this CC, the three of them will be able to know that I sent this mail to the three of them. But if I add the recipients under BCC, they won't be able to see that I added that this mail was not sent to only them. It will just come into their inbox as only their mails. Then the subject is to write the heading of the mail you are sending. It's best practice to keep your subject very short and straight to the point. For instance, if you're applying for a job, the mail subject should be application for the role you're applying for. For instance, application for UI UX designer. Then this space here is the body of your mail. This is where you get to enter whatever you want to send to whoever you're sending it to. Gmail has a couple text formatting tools here. Here you can see you can select the font of whatever mail you are sending. You can also select the font size, but it's a little fixed. You don't have like specific font sizes, you just have them as huge, large, normal, small. Here you can also make your text bold or not bold. You can also add italics and underline your text. Then text color, you can change the color of your text or the background of the mail you are sending. Now we can align our text to the right, center, or to the left. We can also add a numbered list, we can add a bulleted list, and we can indent on Google, on Gmail. Okay, we also have the strike through and the remove formatting option. For instance, for people who are lazy to create their own mails by themselves, you can, and when you copy it from ChatGPT and paste it here, it usually has a certain type of formatting. So you can come here and clear the formatting from ChatGPT or Gemini. um you can, all depending on the plan you are using on your Google Workspace, Gemini can create your mails for you, and you can also ask Gemini to automate most of your functions in Google Workspace. But I'm not using a paid plan now, so that's why it's not popping up here. So that's for the formatting options. You can also attach files to your mails by clicking this here. When you click this, you are going to ask, it's going to pop up a folder to ask where you want to select your files from or which files you want to select. You can also embed links into your mails instead of just pasting them or pasting the link into the chat, into the mail body directly. You can insert emojis and you can insert files from your drive file. You can insert photos from here, and this is for confidential mode. If you the mail is going to, if you use this mode, when you send the mail to whoever you're sending it to, the person is not going to see a subject or a sender like you can see on the screen I showed you previously. The person is going to see confidential when you send this. Then you can insert a signature. You add signatures. I don't have any signature added right now, so I have to like go to manage signature and add a signature. Then there are other options here. This is to set up a time to meet. So this automatically creates a Google Meet event. This is to check your spelling, this is to print your text, this is to label your text, your mail. Google automatically labels your mail when you receive them, but for this one, when you are sending, you can label it to notes, social updates, forums, promotions, depending. There was something else I did not mention when I was talking about the properties previously. You can add labels and save your labels to your Gmail. Labels, what do I mean by labels? For instance, you can see notes here. These are okay. I was previously using an iPhone, so I had um a bit of friction linking some of my documents from my phone to my Windows system because of the Apple Windows ecosystem. So when I make notes, I usually want to still be able to view them on my laptop depending on when I need them. And that's not possible with just the regular iPhone note taker, and I don't want to come here to start typing on my system again. That's going to be a lot of work. So on my iPhone note taker, I just created after syncing to my Gmail, I created a label notes which has all the notes I took when I was using that phone. Yes, so that's it for labels. Does anyone have any question? Oh, they are available on Android phones. Yes, most they are available on Android phones. The only thing is they might be embedded because of the user interface. They might be embedded in maybe a drop down or a menu button, something like this, somewhere on the mobile version, because to allow the so that your screen won't be too crowded. This is a larger screen, so it accepts more things visibly. So on smaller screens, I'm speaking from a UI UX perspective now. We tend to like embed things inside that users don't usually use, so that your screen still looks good and attractive and enables you to still be able to use it without hindering the process. Okay, yes, CC and BCC are available on Android phones. Okay, to send multiple emails, you are going to need to write a script for that. Sorry, I didn't get the question properly. I don't To send multiple emails, you are going to need to write a script for that. But to send one email to multiple people, you can come to it to come to compose, then you enter the emails. For instance, if I enter this, I can copy myself another email, and I have another email. So I enter the subject of whatever email I want to send. um and then I enter the body of what I want to send, and now you have sent this to the person. When you click on send, you send it to the person that you want to send it to. Then also under the send, you have schedule send, like for scheduled messages. So you can see that it's giving you options on when you can send this. But if you don't want to send on any of these options, you can come here to manually pick a date and time. Yeah. Okay, I saw a question here. Okay, how will you know if the recipient got it? If you come to the send folder, this send part, sorry. For instance, this is a mail I sent. If the mail does not, if the mail goes has been delivered to the recipient, it's going to appear on this sent folder or the sent section of your Gmail. But if it doesn't, it's most likely going to save to your drafts. Yes, so CC is carbon copy, and BCC is blind carbon copy. Do we have a limit to CC and BC? I do not know. I have not sent email to more than 5 people at a time. But usually with Google free plans, you most of their numbers stop at 100. So we can experiment on that later. Yeah. Yes, Android phones have all these features. Android phones have all these features. I currently use an Android phone and have access to all these features. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so that's all about Gmail for the night. So I want to do something brief on Google Meet. Okay, so give it a minute to load. Yeah, so this is the Google Meet space. Um Google Meet is for video conference, video calls, and you can also have audio calls on Google Meet. But on your video calls, you can also decide that you don't want to turn on the cameras and just go with the audio. So to create a Google Meet, okay, firstly, to join a Google meeting, you have two options. Either you enter the code to a meeting that was sent. It's usually six letter sorry, six numbers, or you can just paste the link. But Google has a very, very friendly system, so you really don't have to paste a link or enter a code. Basically, just have to click on whatever link that was sent to you and you join a Google meeting. It's that easy to join a Google meeting. It also has a schedule of your meetings. For instance, this is a meeting I had earlier, or I was supposed to join earlier. You can see the time and the title of the meeting. So to create a new meeting on Google Meet, you just click on the new meeting. You can see the three options here. The first one is to create a meeting for later. If you click on create a meet, which is preferable, Google Meet or Zoom? I personally prefer Google Meet. It's easier to navigate, it's easier to use, it has less stress. Yes, I prefer Google Meet. So to create a Google Meet, you click on this new meeting. On mobile, if you go to your Gmail app, there are two main navigations under your screen. The first one is the Gmail part, and the second part is the mail part. So you can still get all these features in on your mobile phone, regardless of the phone you are using. So to create a meeting for later, if you click on create a meeting for later, this is the link you are going to send to whoever you need to be in that meeting. So you can copy the link and send it to who you want to send it to. But if you want to start an instant meeting, okay, I'll come to instant meeting when I want to talk about the main features. So there's another option to schedule your meeting in Google Calendar. Okay, I didn't mention this before. Google has a calendar and it makes your work super easy. Um, you can literally have a schedule of almost everything you need to do in your Google Calendar. Okay, this is scheduling a meeting with your Google Calendar. You can see the dates that you can set the date that you want to have your meeting. Okay, today is 22nd. Let's pick 23rd. You select the time, 10:30 p.m. to, let's say, 12:30 a.m. Okay, so there's a limit to the time Google allows on a free plan for the Google Meet. If it's just two people on a Google Meet call, you have a limitless time. You can go for as long as um you guys want to talk. But the moment you guys are more than two on the call, you have a limit of 1 hour for a free Google plan. So this is a free Google plan. So we have 11:30 to 12:30 a.m. You can also select your time zone in case you are not in the time zone that is recommended here. Then, sorry, so this is going to be the link to your Google Meet, to your Google meeting. As you can see here, it says up to 100 guest connections. So with a paid plan, you can have more people in your meeting, but for this free plan, you have just 100 people. So adding location might not be necessary if you're having it online, or if the call is, for instance, like ecosystem calls, like watch party calls, that okay, everybody, like 10 people are going to be gathered in one place to join the meeting, and not 10 people in an app or something like that, you can decide to add a location. And this is a notification to remind people of um to remind people who are going to be in the meeting to join the meeting. You can decide to set the notification, you can decide to set this reminder as a notification or as an email. If it's as a notification, 30 minutes, like for instance now this is set to 30 minutes before the time set for this meeting. That's by 11 p.m. A notification will be sent to all the guests you are going to add to this meeting to join, like that. Okay, you have a meeting in 30 minutes. You can also decide to change it to 30 hours, 30 days, 30 weeks, depending on you. You can also decide to increase on or add the time to the or add to the time. Then you can add a description to the invitation being sent. Now to the guests list. The guest list makes it easier for you to add people to your call. Yes, the notification can either be sent via email or via like regular notifications. Like now it's set to notification, so it's going to pop up as a notification or as an alarm for whichever guest you're adding to this. But if you set it to email, with the time you set, it's going to, like, for instance, this is 2 weeks now, 2 weeks to whenever this date is, it's going to send an email to the guests of this section. So back to guests make it easier to control your Google Meet space. What do I mean control your Google Meet space? If you add guests to this, they get an invite to this meeting, and in that sense they have an option to RSVP to this. So the invite usually comes with a card to ask yes, no, or maybe, like, will you be attending this meeting, yes, no, or maybe. um to join this meeting stress free, like without any hitch. If you click yes, once you the time for the meeting is there, you see the way I have this on my schedule, and if I go to my calendar, um let me see, it's on my schedule here, and I have some other, this is another meeting I have that I've RSVPs to for next week. And the moment you click yes on this, it automatically becomes a part of your calendar for as long as it's going to take. Like, this is another meeting that I have on Wednesday next week. These will automatically be saved to your calendars. So now, when I want to join these meetings, I don't need to wait for someone to grant me permission to join this meeting, because I have already RSVP'd and I've been given an invite to join these meetings. So the moment I click on the link, or the moment I come to my calendar or come to my Google Meet homepage, I just click and I enter the meeting without waiting for any approval. So that's it for the Google Calendar. So back to Google Meet. To control a Google Meet session, in case you'll be hosting one at any point in time. Sorry, give me a second. Alright, guys, before I go forward, I've just been notified of two things. Firstly, my time is basically up, so I don't know if you want the session to continue. Can you just drop your reaction in the comment section? I'll just take try to take like 20 or 30 more minutes to round up every other thing that I need to continue finish up. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll try to round up as soon as possible. Do um I will drop the other one towards the end of the class. So stay tuned. Okay, so back to Google Meet. Okay. Uh, okay, before this finishes loading, some things you should know when you join an online meeting. Firstly, when you are joining an online meeting, except it is stated otherwise, turn off your video. Yeah, turn off your video except it is stated otherwise. But if you are told not to turn on your video, but sorry, if you are told to turn on your video, you can turn it on and join the meeting. Secondly, keep your microphone mute at all times. Okay, give me a minute. Yes. Keep your microphone mute at all times. Yes, you can see the video. My laptop quality is not really clear, so I'm going to leave the video off for now. Okay, yeah, so keep your audio on sorry, off at all times. So this is what the Google Meet space looks like. So this is your microphone. Depending on how many audio microphone devices you have, you can set the microphone you want to use to join this meeting. Same with the speaker. Okay, I have only one speaker here, but I have three. Yeah, I have three microphones. Then for the video, you can select which video device you want to use. Like I have my external webcam and I have my laptop's camera. You can share your screen. For instance, let's say I want to share, what screen do I want to share with you guys? This Google Calendar screen. So this is what's going to be showing on my end, but on the end of other users, okay, yes, you can see that my calendar is being shared to the multiple microphone. I think it depends on if you have an external microphone connected. I have two different microphone drivers plus an external microphone installed here. That's why I have more than one microphone option. So if you have an external microphone, you will have the option to choose what microphone you want to use. Yeah. So if you are presenting, so they will be able to see whatever you are doing on the shared screen while on the meeting. Yeah. So we have reactions, like if you don't want to say anything, or you can just send reactions to whatever is being said. Yeah. You can also change the color of your reactions depending on what theme you like for the skin colored reactions. Yep. Um. Okay, so that's all. Okay, one more thing for Google Meet. This is for meeting moderations, host management. So if you have your host management turned on, you can allow people share their screen or not. You can allow people send chat messages or not. You can also determine whether people send reactions or not, and you can automatically turn off everybody's microphone from here or their videos. Then meeting access, as I said earlier before, when I was talking about the Google Calendar, um, trusted is for people you have invited to this meeting. and open is for meetings that no one has to ask to join you. You don't need to invite people, you just send them the link and they join. You don't have to approve people joining in. But for trusted, it's only easy for people to join that, like, straightforwardly if they have been invited to the meeting. But if they have not, you have to approve everyone who wants to join the meeting. Also, later at some other point we'll talk about add-on activities. So let's go to Google Docs. I'm not going to spend much time in Google Docs and Google Sheets. Google Docs is basically Microsoft Word, but on the Google ecosystem. You have your templates here. This for blank documents. Then these are documents you have created before or have worked on at some point. Yeah. So from here you can also see the other things: Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Forms. I'm sure at some point in time somebody must have sent us a form to fill or a survey to fill with Google Forms. Yeah. So you can create all of that from here. So blank document. I'm just going to run through this like very very quickly. Okay, I think network is not allowing this to load. But Google Documents are basically, or Google Docs is basically the Microsoft Word of the Google space. You can um, okay, you see my face until it loads. So Google Docs is the Microsoft Word of the Google ecosystem. Google Docs, Microsoft Word, Google Sheets is Excel of this ecosystem, and Google Docs is for like word editing, text editing. You want to write a letter, you want to create a memo. That's for Google Docs. But the thing that makes the Google space very different, because I'm not going to go into like the functionalities and whatnot here. I just want to touch a very very key feature of what makes the Google Workspace different is the fact that we can share with others. While I'm working on this, I can invite someone to come and work on this sheet at the same time with me with this button. Okay, it says I have to name the document. I'm going to skip that first. So I'm the only one that has access to this now. But if I add another person to this, the person can view, and the person can, if I give the person an edit access, we can be up to 10 or 15 working on this file together. And that goes for Google Sheets also, and Google Slides. That's one very interesting feature about the entire Google Workspace. And another thing is um you can present from here to a Google meeting call with this button. So you can just click here and you present this screen directly into a Google meeting um, that is going on. You can also have leave comments for your co-workers. Okay, on your phone you have to download the app. You have to download the Google works. You have to download Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides app on your phone. But if you are using your system, if you are going online, you can basically just go to docs, that's docs.google.com, and you'll be able to see almost everything. But if you just want to go directly, you just replace the docs with the different things you want to achieve. For instance, if you want to use Google Sheets, you just do sheets.google.com. If you want to use slides, that's PowerPoint, but on Google is slides. You use slides.google.com. And for to create a form, use forms.google.com. But basically, if you just go to docs, that's docs, like you can see here, .google.com, it will take you to a home page where by the side you be able to open any of these. Okay, like as I was saying before, you can leave comments for your co-workers on this space. Okay, I'm the only one here, so I can't add the comment yet. That's why this is inactive. Yeah. Okay, the link will be sent to the group chat after this session. Yes. So another thing is, I'm planning to round up soon. You can also access the other Google features from here. Maps, you have contacts, you have Google Tasks. I didn't go into that today. You have Google Keeps. I didn't go into that today. And you have Google Calendars. You can also embed them into whatever document you are working on. And another thing is, you can also have Gemini help you in whatever you are doing. Gemini is Google's AI. Yes, you can have it help you in whatever you are working on here. So these are like templates. If you want to create a meeting note, it has like a suggestion for you. Email draft, you can have an email draft here. There are other things you can add from here. So that's it for Google Docs. Almost every other thing remains basically the same with Microsoft Word. I mean, if you explore a little further, you definitely find little differences. Same thing for the sheets. Oh, the network is slow now. Yeah, same thing for the sheets. You can see the documents I've opened here and have been shared to me. You can see the template here. Yeah, so it's basically the same thing for the Google Sheets. Um, Drive. Google Drive is also another important thing. I won't take time here because it's almost very self-explanatory. So it's basically like for you to store and save things so that you can access them across multiple devices. Like these are different things that I have saved to my drive. My drive is almost full. You can see it's 10. I've used 10 gig out of my 15 gig space. Save a lot of things that you might want to reference later. Also, one interesting thing about this also is any document you create on Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Slides, and Google Forms automatically saves to your drive. Like this, most of these were created. Basically, all of these were created from Google Docs, like these blue ones, Google Docs. This yellow stuff was created from Google Slides. And if someone shares a file to you too, you will also find it on your drive. My service is very slow now, so things are not loading the way they are supposed to load. So yes, that's our class for today. I hope you had a very, very, very nice session. We're limited to our time has like limits, so we can't touch the entire Google space. But these are the basic tools you are going to be needing in whatever space you are going to enter in coming whenever the main classes and skill acquisition classes start. So yes, from the facilitators or from the organizers of these programs, there's going to be a startup funding for the best students in this program. Whatever business idea you have, as the best student of this program, at the end of this program, you are going to have a startup funding. Yes. Someone said he has a question. Can you drop the question in the comment section so I can answer? Yes, Gemini is on Google Doc. Gemini is on Google Docs. Yes, if someone sends you a file, if the person gives you access to a file, um, you can view it on your drive. And if you also create a Google Docs, and if you also create a Google document, that's whether it's a document, a sheet, a form, or a slide, you will see it there. Okay, so the startup, the fund is for if you have a business idea. At the end of the program, they are going to access the best students. They have their ways of doing that. I don't really know about that, but they said they will access the best students and give a fund for your idea. So Google Docs, how to download it? Yes, if you're using a phone, you have to download it. If you want to use it on the web on your phone, you have to convert it to a desktop site to be able to use it. Yes, all the features I talked about on the Google Meet, you'll be able to find it if you are using your phone. Yeah. You don't have to be a business owner to benefit from the startup fund. Just have an idea. Um, I'm a crypto guy, so in my field, we say $1 and a dream. So now you basically just have to have the dream and be the best in this program for you to get the $1 that we're looking for. Yep. Yes, Android phones have Google Docs, but you have to download the app. Yes. So before I go this night, I want to do a little introduction to the course I'm going to be taking once the introduction to digital world programs are done. I'm a UI UX designer, and everything you saw here, the entire interaction, the entire feel, I think you guys could understand the ease in using this entire ecosystem. That's the work of a product or a UI UX designer. We basically do research on what users want and design the platforms, web apps, application, websites, whatever it is, to fit both the user's goal, that's what they want to see, what they have fun and feel eased while they are using it, and also meet the business goals of whatever business owns the platform we are designing. So I like to put it as a senior brother to graphics, because yeah, you are going to be using graphic and design like text hierarchy, color scheme, and all that. But in this, you are also going to be using these schemes to make sure it fits into what people can use, people can understand, and don't feel stressed when they have to interact with your platform. So that's it about UI UX. I'm looking forward to seeing you when the UI UX class starts. Um, UI UX is not difficult. You just need to have passion to keep on going, and that's all you need. Yes. So once again, I am Webrin. Thank you for attending to this class. You guys made to this class very fun. Okay, can a video sent to your drive be downloaded to your phone for offline watch? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Um, some of my videos here were not even uploaded from my laptop or from this phone I'm using now, so I can always download them. Yeah, you can. So can you use your phone for UI UX design? No. I mean, for the basics of design, you might be able to keep up, but once we start, it's going to be very difficult to use Figma on your phone. Yeah. I'm not going to be taking a coding class. Yes. UI is what we do before we forward the application to the developers or the engineers to code it. Yeah. Yes, it is different from graphics design. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. Let me put UI UX this way. Developers will be busy focusing on how to make the app work the way it's intended, how to make the code base work, and you to be able to interact with the code base. So focusing on what you want and what the business wants, at the same time giving you a clean interface that you would love, is going to be tasking for them. That was why Apple introduced a design team. Don't worry, in the design class we'll talk about all of this, but the UI UX design is to make the application easier for you to use, neater for you to use, and for you to understand. What other course can you learn without the need of laptop? I think you can do um you can do graphics design. You can actually use a phone for UI UX design, but I'm telling you from experience, it's going to be really stressful because a lot of things are going to be really small. And but if you have the if you have the what do they call it? If you have the will to keep on going with that your phone, um, I encourage you to, take up the challenge. Yes. Then I saw a question. I saw a question. I saw a question. Oh, okay. I think the question was something about core of laptop. Okay. It's recommended you have at least a Core i5. But if you don't, you'll be able to work on the web, so that you don't have issues designing. Yeah. UI UX is not the same as front end and back end. What the what the developers code is okay. Let me put it this way. UI UX is the feel. It's how the platform looks. It's how you feel when you are interacting with the platform. Are the users happy using this? What feature do they want added? At the same time, looking at, okay, for instance, Google wants to make money from all of these things now. How do I bring in this into their into this platform that I've designed basically for users without obstructing the user's view? So it's basically it's aligning business goals with customer goals, at the same time giving them a clean interface. Because if your interface is not good and it's functional, making businesses money and users are getting what they want, if the interface is not good, they will get tired and bored of using it and leave the platform. But at the same time, if your platform is good, looks good, but it's not serving any business goals, it's not serving any customer goals, it's um if you're not serving any customer goals, it's not considered good UI UX too. So it's after this we forward to the front end developers. Front end developers write their code on. Now the visuals we've represented as UI, they write the visuals of the code for how it's going to look based on the UI you've given them. Then the back end developers now write the functionality of what you have designed. Okay, if I click here, it's going to log in, it's going to save this. The back end developers will now write the logic too. I hope I've explained it properly. Digital marketing, I don't know. I think you can do digital marketing on your phone. Yes, yes. So you can ask more questions on your group chat. If the questions are going to be forwarded to me, yeah, I will answer them and send my feedback to you. Yes, data analysis. You, I think you can start with your phone, but eventually you need a laptop when you get into the technical part of it. No, UI UX is before the front end. UI UX encapsulates the entire functionality, both the front end and the back end, but you are designing, not writing codes. Yes. Okay, my class is UI UX. Okay, UI UX. UI stands for user interface. That's the part you can see. This is blue. If I highlight or hover on it, it changes to gray. If this button is not working well, it's not going to give a vibrant color. Then UX is the user experience. How the users feel when interacting with my platform. Are they happy? Do they like this feature? Do they want this feature added? Do they want this feature removed? Yes. No, UI UX are not front end developers. I mean, there are UI UX developer designers that eventually write codes. For instance, I write basic web languages, HTML, CSS, and small JavaScript. But you do not need to know how to code to be a UI UX designer. Yes. So yes, I'm looking forward to seeing most of you in my class. If you are without a laptop, I will see what can be done for those who want to join the class but don't have a laptop. Before then, I will discuss with the organizers of the class and also see how on my end how feasible it's going to be to use a phone to design. Yeah. No, it's not a must for UI UX designers to know how to code. Okay, so guys, I think this is the end of our session today. I had a really nice time with you guys, and I'm looking forward to doing this again. Till next time, good night. Arigato.